It's another episode of the Pin High podcast presented by Pin High Media, and we're going to be talking epic collapses, comebacks, and more from the PGA Championship. So let's talk some golf.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
this is the Pin High podcast.
All right, let's get inside the ropes, start the week. Weekend golfer is the first section of this podcast segment, I guess you could call it. Some might call it. We actually all played golf this weekend, which is,
first time in probably all year.
Yeah, probably the first time all season that we've all played at on the same weekend. I played twice. I played Saturday, Sunday. I think I shot 87, 86.
Consistent.
Kind of getting there. I played with Jeek on Sunday, but on Saturday, like I guess highlight of it all, on 18, matches tied. I sink like a 10, 12 footer for par slider downhill to tie up the match.
Love to see it.
Walked it in. It was a great moment.
Yeah,
that's the it factor right there, the Mr. Gallo it factor.
I mean, my partner had like a 5-foot putt for par, so it was like I could get after it, but I actually did. I don't know, but it was.
It always comes down to so like to put in perspective, the golf course ends on a par 3 that's not very long, so like it usually comes down to the 18th hole and somebody making a putt. So,
and I swear, dude, I've come so much more around on Silvermine as a golf course the more that we belong there. It's just like the more people I take there as like guests, they're always like, this is just like a cool little like quirky golf course.
It's basically like a bigger version of an executive course, because you have the executive course across the street, but like it's like compared to other courses, it's just like a little,
feels a little bit like a junior course almost.
A big
a
really big junior course.
It's right in the middle of like a really big junior course and a really short, small regular course.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of just like
it is a really short, small regular course.
I mean, I guess you do have the option. There's options on like
true.
Almost every hole to hit like a big club if you really want to. But
risk reward. Every hole is like risk reward besides the par 3s.
Yeah, so I mean, Pat and I also played on Sunday over Dad's. I think I shot a 90. Honestly, didn't really have any part of the game like going well. So
my short putts were
kind of just gritty round that day. I couldn't even there wasn't really any highlight besides like I guess making a birdie on like the easiest hole on the golf course. Other than
which hole was that? There's like
8 or not 8, 7.
And then I birdied 16.
And Pat birdied 16, so we covered the two easiest.
The actual easiest.
Yeah. I was like, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9, there's 10, there's.
I didn't know at the time, but I birdied from like, I don't know, like 20 feet. Would you say to win the match?
Yeah. I made mine was
to win the match.
Probably.
Oh, you're that kind of guy. You're so locked in. You weren't even thinking about the match being over. It's like that. It's like that Anthony Kim putt against Sergio. He walked off the green because he didn't realize the match was over.
Yeah.
I will say one quirky thing about Silvermine is I made an 8 on a hole where I hit the ball out of bounds, but like I could see my ball and I had to swing at it if I like wanted to hit it, but I couldn't because it was in like somebody's backyard. So that's a little frustrating. But I had like literally a better shot from like where I hit the golf ball. It was like 100 yards in, but it was just like in somebody's backyard. So I couldn't swing and hit it. And I had to like take a drop and then hit from further back. And yeah, that's one of the quirky things.
What about you?
I told you guys how I played on Friday. I played Friday night with my girlfriend's dad, Saturday with my girlfriend's dad, and his friends both days. Friday night I shot 82, 30, 38, 44, even par through 8 holes, and made a double and 10 over the next 10. I shot 82 on Saturday. Do you want to take a guess of what my splits were on those 9 holes?
Can you say like 2 double bogeys and a triple?
Well, that was on
the splits.
The splits.
82. I'm gonna go 45 and whatever the other one is.
Math.
Good math. Great job.
Whatever the other number is.
Jeek, you want to guess?
I'm thinking the exact same splits as the day before.
I went 47-35 on
Wow.
Saturday.
Par on wait, what was the
Wow.
par?
It was 36 in the front, 35 on the back.
Even par on the back. Nice.
And I literally, the front 9 couldn't hit the ball for my life, and the back 9 made 1 bogey, hit about a foot on a par 3 and made 1 birdie, and missed it was just my first 2 18-hole rounds since Pat and I mucked it up in Orlando.
Yeah,
and it wasn't. There were some pretty
those rounds were a fever dream.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of starting to get like that too, Trev, where like it's just like one good 9 and then one like atrocious 9 and like in the same round. I don't know why. I think it's just like a tempo thing. Like you find that tempo for like a good 8 or 9 holes and like you're feeling it, and then you just completely lose it and you can't get it back, or the opposite. So
and I went to the range today and I was hitting it great. And I'll be home next weekend, and then the week after that I'll be in Sawgrass for 3 days. Won't be able to play stadium course though, because apparently it's getting re-greened or something like that. Redoing the greens.
Yeah,
so
the post tournament.
Still some Florida golf.
Still Florida golf for 3 days. It'll be
maybe
nice.
we'll play together next week.
Yes. Yeah. I'll have to figure out. I'm not 100% sure if I'm coming home on Friday anymore or Thursday anymore. I'm not. I have to figure that out.
Oh, anyway, that was weekend golfer. We don't have to go too much into the games, but just nice to talk about. Some common man weekend golfer rounds there, definitely.
Yeah,
especially the 47-35.
Yeah, that's
you're gonna need to do a deep dive into that one at some point.
Yeah, but
I don't think it. I think it would take a lot. If I do that again this summer, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. Let's get into the PGA though. Lot to talk about. Southern Hills, I feel like, is where we start.
Well, don't you want to start with the winner?
Well, I want to start with Southern Hills.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
That's where the golf tournament was.
Yeah, that's true.
It held up. Winning score was 5 under.
Mm-hmm.
I think opening round, like first round leader, was 5 under.
Yeah, and I don't think it was the golf course's fault. I don't think it was the golf course's fault that the tournament, I feel like as a whole, like the Saturday and Sunday seemed a little bit like, I know there was drama down the stretch and we can get into that, but golf Twitter as a whole kind of thought it was a little bit lackluster.
I agree.
I agree too. Sunday saved itself though, because the end was just like insane. So
like the playoff though wasn't great.
No, the playoff was like when JT driving the green. That was very.
It was cool.
That was very exciting.
That was.
They had definitely had the right.
Yeah, there wasn't really.
Like, he won.
There wasn't like, and even like going back and like in majors, like you think of one. Like that was probably the moment like that everyone will think about like when they look back on that tournament. But there's no like usually there's like one like putt or like one like shot that's hold that you think about, and there wasn't really. Like the moments I think about is like that shot by JT and then Will Zalatoris trying to figure out where he's doing. If he's
honestly, or Mito Pereira hitting on 18. Drive on 18.
And Mito Pereira. Yeah, and but like even before that, it's like no one, like you said, like Saturday was kind of like dull and gray, and that like I didn't watch much of Saturdays because I was out on the golf course, but then Sunday. Like Sunday, just like no one played well. Like Rory came out firing. JT played well toward the end, but like Mito was kind of grinding every hole. He made some clutch putts. Zalatoris was not playing that great. Cam Young couldn't hit a bunker shot and make a putt for his life. Yeah. Fitzpatrick was hanging all over, like he was hitting like skying the green with wedges like in his hand. Like it was just weird. It was just a weird day, I feel like.
But I think Jeek alluded to it. I think the shot that I think of is always going to be the Mito Pereira.
It is. I forgot about the.
It's just like so uncomfortable too.
like not fade, stinger, not cut, stinger slice with the
Yeah.
weirdest follow through, like horizontal follow through into the water, which he later admitted he didn't even think about going to the hole, which is like, I felt like that water was in play like on every single drive of the tournament.
Yeah, I know. Like even JT had that one in play, like when he was coming down 18. I don't know. It's just like, do you think he should take in like a different club, knowing he's up in the tournament?
I don't
think his
know.
caddy-
I mean,
I think
he
his
still has.
caddy
He
kind
still
of-
has
I
to.
mean,
He
you
still
gotta
has to
win
make
the
par. He
tournament,
still has to.
yeah.
He still has to make par to win the tournament. It's not like he made like it's not like he made like he had to make like bogey and like win the tournament. Like he could.
Will
Like,
Zalatoris, so many guys hit 3-wood on that hole.
they did. Like I don't think.
I think both of them hit. No, I think it was like kind of like a big move to go driver on that hole when JT did it. So it was like 3-wood on that hole was the smart play 100% of the time when all you need is par. Because, I mean,
And that's a tough
honestly,
hole,
that's
too.
not even on Mito Pereira. It's like he is a golfer who's never won a tournament on the PGA Tour, let alone a major, and he's all of a sudden thrust into this situation throughout the weekend, and his caddy can't stay in the moment and kind of just
Well, I think. Like I wonder, I'm sure he hit driver the first 3 days, and I wonder if
Yeah.
like he's just kind of like I want to stick to my game plan as much as I possibly can, and like but to your credit, like he was like
What do you even
wild
think
off
about the
tee
water?
he was wild most of the day off the tee. Like he was hooking drives and had some that went right too. Like he wasn't like I think if he was consistent off the tee like the whole day, like he would have been a better decision, but. Like to a certain extent, I think of him just staying to his process and staying like all right, it's the driver hole. Like I'm gonna hit like this type of shot, and like he just like overcooked it because it's like
The
a
moment
track situation.
the moment was just too big for him and the caddy, because
It was.
like he admitted after the round to Amanda that he didn't even think about the water being there, which is just a ridiculous, because that's just like I blacked out because it was the 18th hole of the it was the 72nd hole of the PGA.
And you know what? If
By
it
the
worked out though, like him not thinking about the water, like would have been genius. So that's the other thing.
Well, I think you also, yeah, but
no, it's there though. Like,
oh no, you have to know it there. But like, I think he also could have meant like if he's not thinking about the water, like he's not like he doesn't like. I think if you think about the water, like you're gonna hit it in the water.
Like everybody, no, but everybody who hit driver on that hole, like unless you like hit it pretty left, flirted with the water.
Yeah.
No,
even really good drives flirted with the water.
Yeah, like the one JT hit in the playoff, if it was like you're kind of like waiting for like to come out of the hill and like you're like where is that going to go? That's just true. But credit to him for like he was super classy afterwards.
Oh yeah,
which made me I wanted some action. Like I think we all kind of like wanted some like we weren't necessarily cheering for him to win, and we kind of wanted some drama down the stretch. But the way that ended was brutal.
I felt bad, Rudy,
to say the least. Oh yeah, I felt terrible, and
especially since he's like one of our guys too. We've been on.
We've been on him for a while.
We've been on the Mito Pereira train since he was on the Corn Ferry Tour.
And all of our guys showed up this week. I feel like Cam Young, Zalatoris.
You know who the next one is?
Davis Riley.
It's Carl Yang.
Carl Yang is the next one
on the Corn Ferry Tour right now. He's from China.
Okay.
But,
we got another guy.
I think he's number one on the Corn Ferry Tour list.
What about
want to know who randomly also is up next? Travis Vick. He goes to Texas.
I remember that name.
He goes to Texas. He wears a bucket hat. He kind of actually reminds. Whenever I remember the first time I saw him with the bucket hat, he kind of reminded me of Will from the Bag Room.
Oh boy!
Literally, looked like him to me.
That's funny.
And he just qualified for the U.S. Open, which is why he was in my mind today.
Yeah,
that's cool. I only have two other things. One, Rory, like 5 under the first day, then kind of like exercise those first round demons that we all kind of like thought he had, and then goes out and just kind of
second and third round wasn't great either.
Third round. It's like it turned like you thought it'd be a different week, and it just turned into the same old Rory, and it just it just sucks. Like that's just the word I use for it. It just
And then he
sucks.
pushes on Sunday again. Like it's just like
He
every
pushes on
time,
Sunday, then
yeah.
and then he pushes on Sunday, then hits like 9 greens in a row and doesn't make one putt of those 9 greens after a bogey. Like it's just the most typical Rory weekend.
There's not really anything else you could say about it. He just kind of has to go out there and play 4 rounds one of these tournaments, and hopefully it works out for him.
And I was trying to explain to like my girlfriend's dad and like his friends, like Rory just, like I said, I'm sure like if he went out and got it on Thursday, and then like he just turns conservative when he has like he did the same thing at Bay Hill. Like he went out and got it the first day and then just turned conservative, and it like bit him in the ass. But like when he was trying to go out and get it Sunday morning, like he was making birdies, but then he turns and if he's playing conservative and has like feels a little more, I don't know, gets up like has more pressure on him, or like it just turned into, I don't know. It's just something's got to change. Hopefully it will.
I mean, we're getting there. We got a first round this time. Maybe we'll get the first 2 rounds in the next major, and then hopefully.
I mean, and he's like overall, like he's probably like he has like probably one of the lowest few scores in the 2 majors this year so far, which is nice.
I mean, before we get into the winner, I feel like we should mention Will Zalatoris, like another major, another top 10, and another major going home without a win. So. What else could he do?
He's going to break through and win a major, and he hasn't won a tournament yet, and he's going to win a tournament at one of these courses where the winning score is 8 under, 7 under, 5 under this weekend. He's going to win at one of those courses. He almost won at Torrey Pines this winter. It's going to be one of those courses. It's not going to be at like TPC Craig Ranch, where
I completely agree.
Where he has to shoot 27 under to win.
Mm-hmm.
So, or 26 under.
He's like in Brookline. Like I'm looking forward to seeing him at Massachusetts.
What are his odds for the US Open? They're probably in the 20s now.
Yeah, and I think he's a very, I mean, that's just like in tiny greens. Like have to be good with the irons. Like he comes up big or bigger with the putter in the majors. Like he's
27 to 1.
27 to 1. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So I mean, that's probably, you're not going to get Zalatoris once he finally wins. You're never going to get him at that number again. It's kind of like when Colin Morikawa won the PGA Championship at 30 to 1. You were just never going to get him at that number again.
Yeah,
he kind of reminds me like
you might have gotten him at that number for the Open though. When he won the Open.
I mean, he gained 4 strokes putting this week.
Who?
Zalatoris.
Yeah, no. On Thursday and Friday, I think Thursday.
Yeah, most of that came in round 1 and 2.
Well.
There was negative strokes in round 3 and 4, positive strokes in round 1 and 2.
It's still the ugliest thing in the world.
It is. It is so hard to watch.
Would you say it's 5 feet and then? At what point?
I think even less. I think even
like
less than
4
like 3
feet,
4.
3. Yeah, it goes in like a lot of the time though. I feel like
he's got it like down almost, but like it just like when he misses, it looks like.
I don't understand.
The video of him like missing it at the Open, like where I first saw like the hitch kind of like it resurfaced, and it like just like I like had like a chill, like it shook me that hard.
And he didn't even have like a good week off the tee this week. Like
no, he seemed kind of wild.
But he had like his best. I mean, he was good tee to green, but like strokes gained putting was pretty good this week. So like he's gonna break through at some point. Yeah. It's just like, what else does he like have to do? Like I hope this doesn't, knock him down. He just keeps getting so close.
I don't want to say it, but like my first thought when he like didn't win was like, I'm like, this feels kind of like Ricky.
Yeah,
I think he's better than like Ricky, but like Ricky was like finishing, like he was playing great at all these majors, and like he kind of wasn't really winning. Like he won a few like tournaments here and there, but like he wasn't like winning like a whole ton otherwise. And like he was playing well in the majors, and then just like I think Will Zalatoris will win one eventually, maybe multiple. Because
I heard him say
such a good ball striker, but it's just
he was like, what did he say? He said, yeah, like he said himself, he knows he's going to break through on one of these. So it's not like he's lacking confidence.
I mean, I wonder if he's ever thought about moving away from the arm lock putter and just having a normal putter. I could so see that happening where he just moves
putted
to
really well though.
moves to a normal putter, then just wins like 4 in a row.
I think it just like if he has those yips like with an arm lock, and like just imagine what it would be with a regular putter. Like it's supposed to make it easier with the arm lock. I almost don't want to see him with a regular putter, but like who knows?
All right, and then I feel like we can top it off here with the winner. I mean, JT, great round Thursday to get through the tough conditions.
In the hard wave on Thursday and Friday.
Friday was also tough conditions. He goes out and gets to 6 under, I think, and then Saturday falls off a little bit, and you're like, well, he's what, 8 strokes back, 7 strokes back going into the final round, and him and Rory, you're like, okay, like can they make that Sunday charge that they kind of always make? And JT, I mean, give him credit. That guy knows how to get himself pumped up.
Yeah, and a shank in the final round. Yeah, and like, listen, like JT's had a really good year, and like I don't think people have like even realized that because he hasn't really been winning, but he's made 13 cuts and he's been top 25 in 10 of those made cuts, top 10 in 8 of those. So like he's been playing really good. And it's just, I don't know. He knows how to close a tournament. Kind of like, I don't think Zalatoris knows how to close a tournament. Obviously, Mito Pereira doesn't know how to close a tournament right now.
They went to that playoff. You're like,
yeah, JT's going to win this. And like the playoff was set up with 3 pretty
and JT
good
was
holes
playing
too.
better all day too. Like like we said, like Zalatoris just wasn't really playing. Like he made that putt on 18. Zalatoris did, but it wasn't really playing.
Barely getting those in.
Yeah, he wasn't you didn't really have much confidence going to a playoff with JT, who's like made a good Sunday charge and like has been in that situation before.
Yeah.
And then my last thing is the course. What do you actually think of like the actual like course? Like,
I like the course. I like the
it?
ending a lot. I like the layout. 17, 18, 17 the short par 4, and then 18 was like really tough.
Love that.
I think that's one of the better endings I feel like that you could do as far as a course layout. So I was a fan of the course.
Good course. Yeah. I mean, I think it was advertised to play harder in different ways.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody thought going in the rough was gonna be really tough, and then all of a sudden
I was looking forward to. I thought the areas around the greens were gonna be I thought there'd be like much more runoffs, like just like you're going, like you missed the green in a certain spot, like oh no, you're gonna roll down like 40 yards, something like that, or like the I think because of the wind and everything, they made it the areas off the green, like the fringe basically just like a little bit hairier, which makes sense. But like I would have loved to see it if it was like 90 and windy and baking, and it just like the runoffs.
And
like
sometimes
the same.
It's the weather that really makes
it just played like a PGA course. Like this is kind of how the PGA Championship plays for the most part. And then the other thing is
disappointment from everybody.
Well, I wanted one more thing about the course. Kind of quirky. A lot of like tees and greens, like really close to each other. 9 and 18 green are like right next to each other. Who was it that got hit this week? Was it Aaron Wise?
Oh, Aaron Wise.
Aaron Wise got hit this week. Yeah, crazy week.
At first, I thought like this is kind of like crazy and all over the place, but then second, when I thought about it again, I'm like this is like, it's just like super unique and cool.
A little dangerous.
I thought it was cool. It is a little dangerous.
Head on.
What about Tiger?
He did the right move.
And then like Saturday was very like he in the end he did the right thing. I genuinely don't want to see him at Brookline. I don't want to see him.
Yeah, neither do I. But I guess that's a conversation for another day. And then biggest disappointment. Yeah, Scotty Scheffler is exactly what I was about to say. He like didn't even get close to making the cut.
Honestly, it's like he was due for some sort of like disappointment and regression happen.
It's the first time we see.
Didn't he say this was like his favorite course too?
He did, yeah.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah, and like this is the first time I really saw him like heated to a certain extent, or upset or emotional, like on the golf course, frustrated about something. Like it was different than what we'd seen before, for sure.
Right.
And he was not playing well. I was kind of disappointed in Jordan too. I thought I was really like he made the cut, but I thought I was really going to be right there.
Yeah. So I think that's enough on the PGA. Do have a tournament this week.
Yeah. Charles Schwab Classic. Or is it Challenge?
I think it's
Charles
challenge.
Schwab Challenge. I always find it weird that it's the Charles Schwab Challenge.
It's challenge.
This week at Southern Hills.
Yeah, it's pretty quirky golf course, and like the winners, like weird winners too. Like a lot of winners, like over the age of 30. I've found Jason Kokrak won last year. Justin Rose won this tournament. Kevin Kisner, Chris Kirk, Jordan Spieth, Daniel Berger won it in the first tournament out of COVID. If you remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, so we're switching up the picks, right?
So yeah, we're switching up the picks. I feel like, we kind of thought it was like, you guys don't care to hear our like long laundry list of picks. So somebody's gonna have a top 20, somebody's gonna have a top 40, and somebody's gonna have a prop to pick every week.
And then we'll all pick a winner.
And we rotate, and it holds everybody accountable. Get your picks down, and maybe we keep track of units, and and then everybody has 2 winners as well.
Okay.
So
we're also doing 1 unit, I'm assuming, right?
So let's start with winners real quick. I'll just go with mine. I mean, we can repeat them, like if you have a different one, but I'm going Davis Riley, and I'm going Maverick McNeely.
Like the
Davis Riley is just he's kind of due right now, and then Maverick was the Texas boy. So
yeah, and I'll go for my winner next. I mean, this is not a hot take, but Colin Morikawa finished second last year. Probably should have won this tournament. I think he was top 10 the year before that. So this golf course fits his game really well, and we haven't heard from him a lot lately. And then my second winner, I'm going to go with Brian Harmon. Usually plays well at this golf course. We were saying how like shorter hitters have had some success at this golf course. He fits the bill.
I'll go with Abraham Answer. Just an great iron player. Town 2 years ago.
I had a little Stuart Sink winning a PGA like vision in my head at some point last week, just because Phil won last year. It's like, oh yeah, Stuart could do it.
He's still good. Plus 135, top 40. I think you can even get him higher. Be probably pretty good play.
Yeah, and then my prop this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Besides Tiger,
that like doesn't count. But so let's move into. We got 1:30 left on this Zoom.
Yes.
Legs. Like you got to get 15 people in top 40. I mean, like I'm not saying you have to do Jordan Spieth, but you don't have to get cute with it. So how are we doing this? I'll go first, I guess. And I'm really depending on you guys because we're putting $1 whole.
Yeah, we're splitting this.
$1 whole.
We should put $3 on it, 1 each.
Yeah. And the payout's massive, probably. So with the first overall pick, just gonna fly with this. We're just gonna go with Jeek's pick. We're gonna call Morikawa real quick.
Okay, Trev, you could go next.
All right. I'll go with Sky Scheffler.
Okay.
I'll take Max Homa.
And
Gary Woodland.
Stu Sink.
Okay. Looking for him real quick. I'm gonna go Davis Riley.
And
I'm going to go Jason Kokrak.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go.
Wait, I'm up, aren't I?
No. Jeek, you messed up the snake draft.
That's because I'm writing down all the picks.
I'm doing them right now.
I'll go with Kevin Na.
Kevin Na. Okay.
I'll have Chris Kirk.
Okay.
That's good.
And I'll take Trev's winner, Abraham Answer.
Oh, great pick. Here's one. If this one loses, then this is the one that loses. Then I'll take full responsibility. Ricky Fowler.
No, dude. No. I know. I'm vetoing that.
That will be the one that loses.
I'm vetoing that. No, I refuse.
All right. I'll go with Lucas Herbert then. He played well last week.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Where is he?
Plus 165.
Okay. And then I have 2.
Yeah.
All right. I will go I'll go Eric Van Rooyen.
Okay.
Trying to find him. Currently struggling.
He's like the ones. He's around that range too. 150.
150. Oh, yep. And then I'll go Troy Merritt.
Okay.
Oh, we have 2 more. So
Yeah.
you guys both got
I have
picked.
one more. I'll
Yeah,
go.
go ahead.
My guy, Matthew Neesmith.
Steve Smith.
I'm not gonna lie. So I picked the 4 that I wanted to pick. So now I need to actually find somebody. Let's look at last year's leaderboard.
Okay, this is the one that's going to come down to.
Yeah, probably because I like the first 4. You may not be a big fan of this one, but Justin Rose, believe it or not, good course history.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, you done? Does your pick?
That's my pick, Justin Rose.
Okay, so
T20, T3, the last 2, a win.
$1 from each of us. So it'll be $3, and it will win $18.6 thousand, and we will go on a Pinehurst or Pebble trip for the century.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
What will we do?
I don't know.
We have one of these.
That's a good question.
Will we go? I mean, I looked at the Pinehurst stay and play today because I was bored at work.
Terrible.
I mean, it's bad,
But it's not
not
like
for this kind of money.
no.
It's like I think it's like 1,600 money that I don't have to just spend. But if we won this,
If we each have 6 grand.
yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
My last thing is I looked up who was won a major the week after, who was won a PGA Tour event the week after winning a major. Last time it happened, actually it's only happened twice in the 21st century, both by Tiger Woods.
That's what I thought.
Both after the PGA.
Okay.
It was the WGC Bridgestone in 2006 and in 2000 the WGC NEC Invitational.
So basically, we're saying JT first round leader, right?
Yeah.
And then premonitions this week to end off the episode real quick.
Didn't think about that, to be honest.
Mine is going to be that we get like a spat between 2 players. Some sort of like it doesn't have to be like anything massive.
Billy Horschel and Jason Kokrak going at it.
There's gonna be some sort of spat. There's gonna be some sort of disagreement where 2 players have like kind of like a little cat fest. I don't know.
Someone saying something about someone going to live golf and
someone about cheating or live golf. Yeah, anything like that.
Patrick Reed's in the field, so cheating's definitely in play.
Yeah. So is Daniel Berger. So.
Oh yeah,
true. I wonder what I'm gonna do here. I think we do have a pretty strong field, but I think we're gonna have a first time winner this week.
Okay.
We've had a lot of those this year, and I just think we're coming to a first time winner this week. Don't know who it's gonna be, but
first time winner.
Mine, just because you were so adamantly against it, Pat, I will go Ricky Fowler wins it or is in the top 5 this tournament. I think attention.
Ricky competes. Ricky didn't play bad.
Ricky competes and is on your TV screen with a chance to win on a Sunday.
It was good to see Ricky in a major again.
I hope so. I guess
you guys all saw the picture of Ricky last week, right? With like the mittens on.
No,
you didn't see that picture. He was like wearing. It was cold out, I guess, on day 2. He had like mittens on, like those golf mittens.
Day three, I saw Louis was wearing like a full like face mask.
Yeah, he had like golf mittens. He was wearing like a black pullover, and like obviously he just looks like Ricky. So it looked very, very interesting.
Did you write all those down, by the way, Jeek?
I did write all those down.
Okay, just in case I lose it. But okay. All right, that does it for this week. Got the Memorial coming up. I mean,
pretty sick.
Milkshakes and Birdie Fest. Come on, it's good.
Memorial, then RBC, then the U.S. Open after this.
Yeah,
maybe a hole-in-one draft next week. Bring it back.
Hole-in-one draft next week for the Memorial. Yeah, big tournament.
Sure.
Okay. See you next week.